Onion Soup. Check it out, everybody. Happy Friday. Come on in here, get out of that weather. We've got a beautiful one for you. Comfort food at its best, just newly created. Get ready. Everybody, this is a really special show for myself personally. On December the 13th, we had our draw for our participants who like, share, and subscribe, and the winner was Maureen Frowen. And Maureen won, and we didn't know at the time that when we did it, she's always been a follower of us with the food truck and a Capt'n Kenny's fan. But Maureen had passed away unfortunately on December the 9th. We contacted her husband Dave and asked if we could make a dedication to her. And so this episode is dedicated to you, Maureen, up there in the stars. Well, Maureen, we're thinking about you right now, and all the best to everyone who's tuning in for this special episode. Traditional French onion soup with a twist. Beautiful scallops, beautiful shrimp, unbelievable cheese mixture. I'm going to talk about that in a bit. And the big setup, Garrison's Dirty Old Town Black IPA, the base for this dish. Oh, wonderful.
Let's get started.
Okay, so first step in making this wonderful dish is we're going to take a blend of white onions, red onions, and Spanish onions, 4 to 5 of these beautiful shallots. We're going to slice them about 1/8 of an inch. We're going to sweat them out for about 20 minutes, and then we're going to simmer them for about an hour and a half until they get golden brown, caramelized. Back to chopping the onions.
And while we chop the onions, onion is the bulb from the allium family. This family includes garden alliums, garlic, shallot, leeks, chives, and many others. Onions are a great source of vitamin C, B6, iron, folate, potassium, and manganese, which is great to provide cold and flu relief. Have an onion soup.
Just a little footnote on all of this, the skins of the onion. Keep all of that, boil that while you're doing this dish, and then cool it down, and that becomes a nice vegetable stock for you. You can freeze this. So just don't pitch this in the garbage. Okay, folks, here you have it. I'm a little snivelly. I'm not crying from the onions. I'm rejoicing. So what we're doing is we're going to put 8 tablespoons of butter in here. This big pot, big stock pot. So once the butter gets all foamy, don't want to burn it, just get it all melted. We're going to cook this for about 20 minutes on medium heat. We're going to sweat these onions out, and then we're going to simmer them for about 1.5 to 2 hours. Okay, folks, now you can see I've transferred the onions into a smaller saute pan. They've sweated themselves out. I'm going to deglaze the pan now with about 3/4 cup of dry sherry, and we're going to cook this for about another 5 minutes. And next, we're going to just show you how to make this very easy to make stock that's going to go with these onions. So here we go, right over here. We're going to put 1 cup of seafood broth, and we're going to take 4 of these Dirty Old Town beautiful black IPA from Garrison's. So we just stir that together a little bit, and we're going to take some fresh thyme. 2-3 sprigs of thyme that goes in there, 1 giant bay leaf. We'll discard that later after we get it going. And we're going to simmer this up here, get it really going, just for about 5 minutes.
Onions are ready.
Okay, folks, so here we are. There you can see the caramelized onions all in there. They turn all golden brown, and it's just sweet, succulent marriage of these onions and the shallots. And what do you see here? You're going to feel and smell that there's a bitterness to it. But don't let that worry you, because what we do is we take 1/4 cup of brown sugar, and you can even add a little more if you like, but I'm doing that, and 1/4 cup of freshly squeezed lemon juice. And we're going to take all these gorgeous onions, and we're going to throw that in there, just like so. Last that we have to do is just get the seafood, and we're going to put a little bit of butter we're going to brown the seafood off. We're not going to cook it 100%. So, a splash of olive oil, and we're going to take this beautiful sea scallop juice and caramelize it with all that sweet flavor, cooking it on high just before we add the scallops. And then we're going to pop all these scallops in here with all this flavor that will marry together with the soup bowls. The white Pacific shrimp, our idea is just to let the shrimp and the scallops cook to 80%, and you can see how it is turning pink already. You want to see the cook on the outside along with the scallops. Just brown it off. Okay folks, so there you go. It's about 80% cooked, and I'm just going to dump all this back into the bowl. Of course, clean the bowl first. But first what we have to do is we have to get these artisan bread toasties, and we're going to start putting a little bit of butter on them. Just a little bit. You don't need a lot, just a little bit. And I'm going to do 16 of these. 1 clove of garlic. There it is. So we're just rubbing the toasties with the garlic. Okay, we want to toast these, okay? We don't want to burn them, we just want to toast them. Be right back. Before we start plating the Mermaid French Onion Soup, turn on the broiler on high and move your rack to the highest point.
Let's assemble the soup.
Here we are, we're back. The little toasties right out of the toaster oven. First here, we're going to set this up. And we're just going to take a bit of that broth and eat one of them. Like this. Oh, so rich. Okay, so next, all we do is take 2 toasties and put them in there. You can smell that garlic rub just on top of them. And next up, we need some cheese. Mixed up the gruyere and mozzarella. And you don't have to be shy with this cheese. Put it in there, put it on top. Okay, I'm plating 4 scallops and 4 shrimp on each dish. Like so. Smother that. Don't bring it right to the top yet, just almost to the top. Okay, so then last up, we'll just put 2 more of these toasties on top. Okay, so just topping the toasties at the very end with this cheese mixture, like so. And there you go. We're going to finish that off now inside the oven with the broiler on high. Keep an eye on it. You don't want to burn it. You want to sort of get it bubbly, sort of brownish bubbles and spots. And see you in a second. So folks, here it is. French Mermaid Onion Soup. Just garnish it like this with fresh cut chives and we're ready to eat. My favorite part of the show is when I get to dive into this. Have a look. Wow, this is Comfort 101. Comfort food. Wow, you will absolutely melt when you eat this. Share with your guests, your family. It's got a bitter note to it, but it can be always balanced. If you don't like the flavor when you're making the broth, don't forget, you can add a little more lemon juice extra to the recipe and more brown sugar. But oh, wow. The bitterness really helps accent the taste of the seafood. The cheese, you can taste the saltiness of the seafood and the scallop. Look at that. Oh my. Well, Garrisons, my hat's off to you. Cheers, everybody. Thanks for coming, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Capt'n Kenny's Galleys. Really appreciate you tuning in. See you all next week.